Okay, we just covered a lot. So let me actually give you a quick recap of all of the things we did in ActiveAdmin so you can actually see how they worked. The first thing we did was we customized the ActiveAdmin initializer. And what we did was we set an authorization adapter. So this basically automatically calls a special method before all controller actions to ensure that the user is trying to access it has the rights to do it. So we set this, and then this we actually named here, and we created that inside of our app models in a file called admin authorization. And this could have been called anything. We could have named this whatever as long as we updated the name inside of the other file. So what it's doing is it's calling the special method authorized ? I got this from inside of the ActiveAdmin documentation. And this is actually the action that's being run. And I don't even know what subject is, honestly. But we're not using these, so don't worry about it. But what it's doing is it's checking, is there a user? Are they currently logged in? And are they an admin? Okay, so what this is doing is it's accessing the current user. Now, how does it know who the user is? Well, devise gave us a current user method that we can call anywhere, and we're going to be doing that shortly. Anywhere where you're logged in. And in ActiveAdmin, we customize that right here on line 89. Current user method is current user. Cool. Now, if this thing returns true, it's going to say go ahead. If it returns false, it's because either there isn't a user or the user is not an admin, in which case, what happens? Well, we're telling it on unauthorized access, run a special method. And we're calling it access denied. And it actually says here, if you read it, you can specify a method to be called on unauthorized access. This is necessary in order to prevent a redirect loop. If we didn't do this, if we tried to access this page, we'd get an error, and it would just kind of redirect over and over and over again. So we call this, and it says method provided here should be defined in applicationcontroller.rb, which we did. Remember, go back to applicationcontroller.rb. We define the access denied method. It's going to get an exception, and then we're redirecting to the root path with that exception message as the alert. So that's why when someone tries to get here and they can't access it, they'll get that alert message on that root path. So a lot of stuff happened. And in case you're curious, the other two changes we made, which were the logout link path and the logout link method, that was all about this link in the top right. That's where it sends the user. So if you had the other one, destroy admin user session path, which this was by default, that actually is not a path. This is the special path that devise created for us. So now that exists, and then remember, we actually have to call not a get request, but a delete request on that logout link. And so that's what we customized here. So there's a lot of other things you can do. You can disable comments, for example, on ActiveAdmin, which would mean that if you went to a user, you wouldn't have the ability to comment out here, and you wouldn't have that at the top. That's something you might want to do. You can customize, how the menu looks. You can customize the formatting, the fav icon, meta tags, all sorts of things, style sheets, things that I highly recommend you check out at some point. But for right now, I think that's good enough. And I do want to show you in the next video, which I'll show you how you can change, edit a user. Because right now, if I click edit on a user, I'm going to get all of these fields. And you probably don't want someone, even your admins, to be able to edit users' passwords or these kind of things. So what if we just wanted to edit their email and whether they were an admin? I'll show you how to do that in the next video.